If you are facing a debt problem, there are several basic steps you can take to help you tackle it. It is important to seek independent advice that fits your problems. One thing never to do when in debt is to get into more debt to repay debt. Never get involved with short-term loans. When a short-term payday loan is noted at 1,500%, it means the repayments are huge. This is because the doubling time of this is only 17 days. When they calculate this into a sum to pay back, it's never worthwhile. The golden rule of debt management is never use more debt to pay of old debts. In other words, never rob Peter to pay Paul. Instead, here are 5 steps you can take to eliminate debt. Step 1. List your debts. Start by making a list of all your debts and who you owe money to. Those you owe money to are known as creditors, while you are considered a debtor. Step 2. Prioritize your debts. Identify your priority debts, which are debts that can result in serious consequences if left unpaid. These can include mortgage payments, rent, utility bills, taxes, and court fines. Ensure you address these debts first, then later move on to deal with non-priority debts such as credit card payments. Step 3. We have already dealt with how to save money using a budget. The same applies to dealing with debt. Create a budget. Develop a personal budget to understand your income and expenses. This will help you determine what you can afford to repay to your creditors. Check out our videos, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. Step 4. Seek independent advice. Explore using debt specialists or creditors. Make sure you understand any costs or conditions associated with these options. It is crucial to seek independent advice to find the best solution for your situation. Step 5. Communicate with creditors. Once you have a repayment plan in place, speak to your creditors about your situation. Focus on addressing priority creditors first. Be honest about what you can afford to pay. Follow up any verbal agreements with a written confirmation. Debt can cause you stress. Stress can lead to anger. Anger can lead to rage. You can start to lash out against people near and far. It can also lead to melancholy. You can end up becoming depressed. This might lead to medical depression. It can lead to panic attacks. Once you have overcome the debt, it is time to make sure it doesn't happen again. Think of money in a new way. Having money will never give you happiness. It can, however, be the source of great stress, worry, and unhappiness. Money is the root of all evil. Never worship it. It will destroy you. Think of it as a mathematical game where you are adding or subtracting numbers, but this game is serious. Don't think of it as a way to happiness. It will let you down. You can play the game badly by spending more than you earn. You can play the game too well by being overly greedy and hurting people near and far. When playing this game, remember this. We have thin relationships with people we don't know. Moral values apply here. Meanwhile, we have thick relationships with people we love. Ethics apply here. The game can hurt both kinds of relationships and then you. If you play it well, then you can use money to help both kinds of relationships. Understanding this will help you deal with your debt. Remember, most organizations wanting to be repaid aren't after you personally. They are just playing a game you engaged in by going into debt. Almost every time you can renegotiate with people you owe money to. Consider the wider point of view when you are in debt. Are you likely to become homeless as a result of this debt? If so, you need to prioritize how to avoid that immediately. If the debt, though, isn't stopping you from eating, sleeping, or having a home, then usually you can deal with it. You can budget and negotiate. If you like our content, please subscribe and smash the like button.